What's up, world? Good people. What's going on? Yeah. It's true. I used to see root doctors. I used to go see root doctors, man. Yeah, it's true. I used to go see root doctors, man. And I'm not talking about the ones you see like advertising commercial on TV, but they in the same category, but they commercialized. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about Sister Gina, who you see got the place on the corner while you're driving down the street. I'm talking about some underground folks, man. I'm talking about the folks the kind of people, man, who put roots on people, that type of stuff. I used to go see them people, right? So ride with me on this story right here, man. This is I'm talking about the first time I went to see a root lady was, I think it was 1992 or 93, one of them. Okay. So this story is a little bit different than some of the stories you might hear from me, but my life been a little bit different, so this part of my life experience, this is part of the journey that I took to get to where I am now. I don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that no more. I trust wholeheartedly in God, and they present themselves as good. You know what I'm saying? But the Bible speaks against root workers. It calls it witchcraft. It calls them mediums, and calls them spiritualists. You can look in the book of 1 Samuel. You can look in the book of Leviticus, probably a few other places, but those just off the top of my head. So yeah, I used to go see root workers, right? So I'm gonna try to make this story fast. I'm just gonna tell y'all about one occasion. I'm gonna tell y'all about the time that made me say, you know what? Well, I don't need to be fooling with this, because I never felt good about it. Like, it was something, I never had a good feeling about it. You know what I'm saying? But when you wrapped up in the world, you know what I'm saying? And I was in the streets. You understand what I'm saying? So when you wrapped up in the world, in that life, it's stuff you would do. And you know what I'm saying? You don't even realize how far off base you have gotten. You know what I'm saying? But the first time I went to see one was either in 92 or 93. One of them, right? And it's usually, I think every time had to do with me, something about being in trouble or whatever with the law. And I used to stay in trouble. So anyway, man, before I start, subscribe, like, share, comment. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Okay. Now, the year was about 2000, and it's either the end of 2003 or beginning of 2004, right? So by this time, I had been seeing these folks, man, for, over 10 years or so, right? Had been in some spooky situations dealing with these folks, man. I'm talking about, like, man, I done dealt with, like, they have you doing some crazy stuff, that just be their instructions. Chattahoochee River water and bathing in potions and it's just some different stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stuff dealing with cemetery. I should have known from the get-go, you know what I'm saying, that, folk telling you to go to the cemetery and do certain stuff, you know what I'm saying? You should have turned away from it then, right? But this is my story. So look, I had got into a situation, and I was on the run from the police, but I didn't have a warrant. It was like I was on the run for some stuff, but I didn't have a warrant. You know what I'm saying? I had a lawyer friend of mine to check, and what he told me was, he said, listen, you don't have a warrant, but there's a flag on your name. You got a flag on your name. So I'm like, what that mean? He said, what it means is that you are a person of interest. The police wants to see you. The police wants to talk to you. the police, or it could mean that you are a suspect in some crimes or a crime. You know what I'm saying? So I had a flag on my name. I knew what I had been involved in. You understand what I'm saying? So I was nowhere to be found. I was in hiding, okay? And so I went to see this particular lady, and I done been not just in the state of Georgia, you know what I'm saying? But this particular lady, she was in the state of Georgia, Atlanta, down around the Camerton Road area, right? So the first time I'm going to see this lady, and I get down there to her house. I ain't never met this lady before, you know what I'm saying? I get down there to the lady's house, and everything painted white on the outside, like the fence white. The gate was steel bars, you know what I'm saying, going all the way around the yard, you know what I'm saying? And the gate was painted white. The post, the concrete post on the house and stuff was painted white. And it had these weird, strange symbols hanging all the way around the gate. You know what I'm saying? All the way around the gate. Got these weird, strange symbols and stuff, right? So you automatically get a spooky feeling when you just pulling up, right? So I pull on up in the driveway, and I remember pulling up to the driveway and the house being on the right-hand side. It was an entrance right there. It was like a side door entrance to the house. Well, in the back of the house, it was a little garage that had been converted into like a little chapel or something. Like it had like some little seats, and then it had like a little area up front, you know what I'm saying, to where I guess the teacher would teach from, you know what I'm saying? And it had green indoor, outdoor carpet, right? And then there was a little side room, you know what I'm saying? It was like a little shed that was converted into a room, right? So, so we walk through the little chapel part, and we go to the little side room, right? And it's like a table, and it got all these kind of different little stuff and materials and stuff in here, man. And all these kind of different little books, you know what I'm saying? You see some of this stuff, it got these weird symbols and stuff on them and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But this wasn't my first rodeo. Like I said, I had been doing this for like 10 years, you know what I'm saying? Not every day or every week, not even every year, but I had done it quite a few times. You understand what I'm saying? So, this particular lady, man, she asked me, you know, what my situation was, you know, what is it that I wanted help with or whatever. Now, all the ladies, I only went to see females. Like I never seen a man spiritualist or witch doctor or whatever. So the other ladies that I had went to see, one of them, I remember going to see her, side story, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming back, side story. So this other lady who I had went to see before, when I walked in the room, man, this lady had never met me, never laid eyes on me. When I walked in the room, this particular lady, now it's another lady. When I walked into that lady's room, she was down in Alabama. I entered from behind her. She ain't laid eyes on me, right? It was an older black woman. She have not laid eyes on me. The door was behind her. She was seated like this. I enter in the room from behind her. And the time, I'm talking about from the time, man, I even barely crossed the threshold of the room, she just started talking about my life, telling me about things I had been doing, things I'm involved with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about, that was the first time like that had happened. You know what I'm saying? She telling me stuff that I'm doing, currently doing, right? And she just keep on like talking, and she talking, and she hitting the nail on the head. With everything she's saying, she hitting the nail on the head, right? And so I made my way on around, and it was a table laid out in front of her. So she's sitting up at the table. And so I made my way around to the other side of the table. It was a seat right there. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I eventually sat down. So that lady, I didn't ask her nothing. She started, she didn't ask me what was going on with me, but she just started telling me. So now fast forward, 2003, 2004, whatever. And I'm going to see this lady that's in Atlanta by Camden Road. This lady, she asked me what's going on. So, you know what I'm saying, I give it a little scoop about what I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I think the police, you know what I'm saying, trying to get me, you know, whatever. So she gives me a list of things to do. That's what they always do. They give you some instructions, some stuff to do, right? And the way they get you is they going to give you something that's going to involve they're going to pull the Bible out. They give you some Bible verses, some scriptures. Yeah, true story. So I hope this helps somebody so you don't take the same route that I took. You know what I'm saying? I hope this helps somebody so you don't take the same route that I took, okay? Hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment, okay? So look, she gave me some scriptures to put in my shoe up under my sole, and I had to read other scriptures and probably that scripture too, like a certain amount of times a day. You know what I'm saying? Where I might have had to, if I did it 3 times a day, I might have had to read it 7 times or whatever. And how many other scriptures it was, okay? Then she give me some kind of little root twig stuff, man, that I had to chew on, and I had to like spit it in certain places, like, you know what I'm saying? And then she told me, she said, go and buy 4 cans of Devil's Lie drain cleaner, right? She said, go buy 4 cans, 4 cans of Devil's Lie drain cleaner, right? She said, take them 4 cans and bury them around the 4 corners of your house, okay? Okay, the house now is an important part of this story. So she said, bury them 4 cans around the 4 corners of your house, right? So, okay, so here go the deal. I had just recently purchased this house, me and my wife, right? And the house had been purchased probably about maybe 3 or 4 months, maybe 4 or 5 months prior to me going to see this root lady, okay? But she said, go take the 4 cans of Devil's Lie drain cleaner, bury them around the 4 corners of your house. Okay. So I go, I lead the lady, you know what I'm saying? I go get the Devil's Lie drain cleaner. I buy the stuff. So now I'm trying to figure out, man, how in the world I'm going to tell my wife, man, how am I going to, okay, now how am I going to tell my wife, you know what I'm saying? I done been to see this root lady, and I'm burying this stuff around the house or whatever. Because I probably could have just did it without her knowing, but something just wouldn't let me do something like that without letting her know, right? But I already know she about to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be some friction, right? So I go home and she keep asking me, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, she knew like something wrong with me. So I break down, I tell her, I said, look, she already knew I'd been on the run because I really hadn't really just been home. I've been hiding out. I've been hiding out. You know what I'm saying? I had a flag on my name or whatever. I had been hiding out. So I tell her, I said, I've been to see the root lady, and then she like, oh, why, you getting involved in this stuff, and you doing this, and I don't agree with this, and I can't, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, so we went through that right there for a few minutes, and I said, well, the lady gave me some instructions. I got to bury this stuff around the house. You got to, you know what I'm saying? And so we went through that there for a few minutes or whatever. So she wasn't with it, and I'm feeling uneasy about it, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, okay, I was in that world at the time or whatever. Thank God for deliverance. Thank God for clear vision, right? Spiritually. So I bury the stuff around the house. I wait till like the sun go down or whatever, bury the stuff around the house, man, the 4 corners of the house. So it's done, right? It's done. So rewind a little bit. Now, when we purchased that house, it was a beautiful home, man. It was a beautiful home. It was like, if I remember right, it was like 4,000 square feet home or something like that. Brand new, man. It was in a upscale, upper middle class neighborhood. It wasn't a mansion, but it was a really nice home. You know what I'm saying? My aunt, real woman of God, man, pure-hearted evangelist. She had been preaching for years at that time. She kept saying, she said, baby, I need to come out there and bless the house. So now this is when we first purchased the house, right? She said, I need to come out there and bless the house. I'm like, yes, ma'am, Auntie. She kept saying, I need to come bless the house. I'm coming to bless the house. I'm coming to bless the house. So every week or so, like she kept saying, I'm coming out there to bless the house. I'm coming to bless the house. I'm coming to bless the house. So this went on for like anywhere from like 3 to 5 months before I seen this spiritually. So whatever. Root lady. So Auntie finally makes her way out there. It's probably like a week after I just buried this stuff around the house. Something like that, about a week or two. Auntie finally comes out there to bless the house. You know, in life, things happen, and she meant to come as soon as we had purchased the house. But it ended up being about 3, 4, 5 months later. She came to bless the house. But watch this. Man, Auntie got out there, man, and she pulled up. And from the time she pulled up, she was complimenting the house and complimenting the appearance and the yard and the whatever, the porch and whatever. From the time she pulled up, she ain't got in the house yet. She like, oh, I love this, and this looks so nice, and I like how you got this, and this is a good setup, and da 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 da. She's going on and on. So she walks on up the stairs before she enters into the house. Now she's still outside. She walks on. She was like, oh, I love this porch and this, that, and the other. Oh, this is so nice and da 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 da. Man, she get to the front door and she looks up and she see the chandelier. You know what I'm saying? It was a nice, beautiful chandelier, man. Me and my wife had picked it out, and it was eye catching, and she complimenting the chandelier, man. And when she stepped across the threshold from outside the house to inside of the house, as soon as her foot touched inside of the house, man, Auntie paused. Auntie was like, "Is something going on with this house, y'all?" Look, she stopped and said, "It's something going on with this house, y'all." And Auntie looking around, and she like, man, me and my wife cutting our eyes at each other like, you know what I'm saying? Because we know what I had just did. I just buried this devil's lie drain cleaner stuff around the house this root lady told me to do. Now here go Auntie, you know what I'm saying, preaching the word of God, teaching the word of God. She's in the spirit, and she recognized something in the spirit, right? That wasn't right. Auntie stopped, and she said, "Is something going on with this house?" You know what I'm saying? She paused for a little minute, and she kept saying, "Is something going on with this house? Oh, y'all, there's something going on with this house." And she kept looking around. She said, "Something going on with this house, y'all. Something going on with this house." Man, look here, man. Goosebumps came up on my arms, kind of coming up on my arms now. Just talking about it. You know what I'm saying? The situation. Man. And so she kind of mellowed down for a little minute. She gave a few more little compliments and, and walked in this room. Oh, these nice countertops or whatever. She took a quick little tour. She said, "I'm just going to walk around, look real quick." And so she did, walked upstairs, and you know what I'm saying? And she said, "Okay, this is nice. Oh, this is nice, you know what I'm saying, bathroom, whatever." And then she coming back down the stairs. She's like, "Y'all, something going on with this house. Something going on with this house." She kept saying, "Something going on with this house." So she said, now she been saying for however long, about 5 months, I'm coming to pray. I'm coming to bless the house. I'm coming to bless the house. I need to come bless the house. Now, all of a sudden, we gathered in the living room to pray. And so we joined hands, me, my auntie, and my wife. We joined hands, right? And auntie said, you know what? She said, something going on with this house, y'all. She said, I'm just going to pray for y'all. Now, the whole time now, she been saying that she coming to bless the house. But all of a sudden, she feel something going on with the house. Something going on. Auntie say, something going on with this house, y'all. I'm just going to pray for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to pray for y'all. Man, me and my wife looking at each other. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm going to try to call my wife in a minute, too. She up there in the bed. She probably asleep. I'm going to try to wake her up and get her on this video and let y'all hear from her, too, right? So, if she wake up. But, so Auntie prayed for us. You know what I'm saying? Man, Auntie got on up out of there. She was still saying something going on with this house, y'all. She went on, walked on downstairs to her car. Boy, my wife was like, I knew it. I knew you shouldn't have been down. You know what I'm saying? So now I had to hear it from my wife. You know what I'm saying? I knew it. You shouldn't have did. They shouldn't have buried that stuff and that. You know what I'm saying? And God ain't pleased, you know, and this, that, and the other. Auntie knew. She felt it in the spirit that something was going on with the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna try to call my wife real quick and see if she woke. I'm gonna try to call her on this phone right here and see if sweetheart, I'm finna call you real quick. I'm gonna call you real quick. Now stay right there. Stay right there. I'm finna call you real quick. She probably gonna be scared to get on video, cause she probably don't got her hair combed or whatever. But anyway, man, she been in the bed, so I'm finna call her and I'm finna let her. Look, man, boy, this stuff for real. Hey, babe. Hey, listen. Okay, yeah. Look. Get your verification real quick. Okay. And my wife, y'all, I told y'all she was in the bed. So look. Well, you don't be trying to get off the camera. Get back on the camera. We'll get on the camera a little bit then. Get on the camera a little bit. The people can't see you. Get on the camera a little bit. They can't see me on the camera? They can't see you now. Okay, a little bit. Okay. So remember when we bought the house, right? When we bought the house and Aunt Glory came out there to bless the house. And then when she walked in the house and she started saying something going on with the house, right? So, yes. So I was just telling the people about that situation. Now, what feeling came over you when she started saying something going on with this house?
The energy was bad. It was a very uneasy feeling, like something just wasn't right.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So, and then she said, you know, she said, I'm just going to pray for y'all. Something going on with this house. I'm just going to pray for y'all. And so she prayed for us and then she left, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just wanted your verification. Go ahead and do whatever you're doing up there. Bye, lady.
Love you, bye.
All right. Love you, too.
Love you, bye.
So anyway, yeah. She up there. She ain't going to get on camera. She ain't have her hair down and all that good stuff. You know how y'all women are. But, man, that's the truth, man. Listen. It's real, man. It's for real. There's a constant war going on in the spirit realm. Bad will present itself as good, which is what a lot of the spiritualists, root doctors, whatever you want to call them, do. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean it's good, okay? Y'all be blessed, man. I hope this helps somebody. Don't get caught up in that right there. Keep it in line with God. Go read the scriptures, man. It's in Leviticus. It's in 1 Samuel. It's in there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it ain't nothing that I should have been doing in the first place. But like the video, subscribe, and share, and comment. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. Y'all be blessed. All right? Witch doctors. They for real, root doctors.